If you were to read Psalm 77, you would find that it is written by a person that today we would consider to be very depressed. In verse 2, it says that they are seeking the Lord. They're stretching out their hand until it gets tired. Have you ever felt that? Like maybe in a classroom setting, you raised your hand, but you're not being called on, and your arm and your shoulder begins to get weak and tingly and weird. That's how the psalmist is praying, and he's finding no comfort, no relief. This is one distressed person looking for help, looking for relief, but yet there seems to be none. Will you spurn me forever and never again be favorable to me? The psalmist says. I've been here. As a Christian, I have had seasons of despair where there seems to be no relief. There have been times of consistent prayer over a matter, and it seems that God has no desire to provide relief in that situation. But the psalmist does something amazing. He says, all right, I'm just going to remember your works of old. You won't deliver me from my distress right now. Let me focus on how you delivered others. I have never had that reaction, and I find it fascinating and encouraging. The examples here that he focuses on include the time that God allowed his people to cross the Red Sea on dry ground. True deliverance. Miraculous. What I see here is when God seems, and that's the key word, when God seems to be far away and not providing me any delivery, focus on his previous works. My habit is usually to get further depressed and question if God even loves me, or have I done something wrong to anger him? But the psalmist increased his faith. He looked at historical events, things that took place hundreds of years before he was born, things of Scripture. He didn't just say, I believe Scripture. He treated it as fact. He used it to affirm that God is almighty, and there's something in that for you and me. But more on that next time. Until then, Soli Deo Gloria.